Okay, so the pink rating is down. Got our rocks off to Mario Kart 8. Now let's switch gears a bit. Go to something a bit more hyped up for this here community. And the only thing that's more hyped for this community is there's nothing more hyped for this community than Monster Hunter 4 Ultimate. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm getting that game. Okay, I'm getting that game in short order. American version, granted, because the Japanese version will come out before the American version. So quite salty. But when Monster Hunter 4 came out, I was like, yo, Monster Hunter 4, yeah. I was so happy that the game was coming out, even though I couldn't play it because it was Japanese only. But Twitch was, just all over the place with the streams. I mean, a lot of people were streaming the game, and I ran out of megas. Oh well. But a lot of people streaming the game, and I was checking out some of the gameplay. I didn't want to watch too much of it to spoil, the game for me. Even though a lot of people would be like, yo, let me learn as much about the game as I can right now, so that way, when the game comes out and I start recording and uploading some footage, it's some pro level type stuff. Me, on the other hand, I would normally say this. This is true. But games that hold a very, very, very special place in my heart, I don't like to spoil for myself. I want to take things relatively nice and slow. I'll keep this set. I wanted to use the other set, but I'll keep this and already accept the quest. But yeah, when Monster Hunter 4 Ultimate comes out, I can't wait to get it. I mean, I've even took necessary steps to actually be able to play the game. So what I did was, since the game's only coming out on the 3DS, we might or might not, odds are we might not, see a Wii U version of the game, even in the Americas. We still have the 3DS. You know what I mean? I have a 3DS. Many of you might have a 3DS. Many of you might not have a 3DS, because a lot of people actually bought their Wii U's to play this game right here that we're playing right now. And they're not necessarily Nintendo fans, so normally wouldn't really even have a 3DS. They would just have a Wii U and maybe this one game. I'm not even joking. I know a couple of guys that I play with, and they only have a Wii U and this one game. I mean, it's kind of nuts, but I'm not gonna go into like their select choices for why they got the system or why they didn't get it. But even though, like I said, it's coming for the 3DS, since I already have the 3DS, I'm gonna get the game. That goes without question. Okay, I'm one of those fans who will buy a system for a game, but I didn't really have to buy a system for a game since I was gonna get the system anyway. So hurrah to me, haha. But back on topic here. I bought a 3DS separate from the 3DS that I actually have right now, because I decided that I was going to get a capture card modded into this second 3DS, so that way you guys can actually see Monster Hunter 4 Ultimate footage from me. I'll be able to live stream it. I'll be able to actually record the gameplay footage and put it on YouTube in a professional format. I mean, why not? I would absolutely love to actually have the game in the way in which I feel it needs to be looked at, as opposed to be, used, not necessarily used, but looked at through like the lens of a camera. You know what I mean? Like a digital camera. I like capture cards because you get the pure essence of the game, and it looks really professional. So I bought a 3DS on eBay for $86. A pretty nice looking 3DS. I mean, it's not damaged at all. It even came with a protective case. It didn't come with a not a battery charger. It didn't come. Yeah, it didn't come with a charger, but that's okay. I have actually plenty of those. That wasn't a problem at all, so I was happy. Got a really good deal. Told myself I didn't want to spend more than $90, and I kind of got it for 86, free shipping. That was a real nice thing. If it wasn't free shipping, I wouldn't have went for it, because like I said, I'm trying to make $90. But I bought it. It came in, and next order of business for me to do is to actually get that game modded, so that way it can be fitted with a capture card, so that I can actually do this footage for you guys. It's really a bummer though, because there's no actual retail capture cards, and I would have loved to just do that. I mean, I would have paid the money for a retail capture card, but since they don't necessarily have that device out, you have to kind of go through people who really know their way around a soldering iron and some technical jargon. So what I'm doing is I forget the man's name right now. It's a really interesting name. I actually like the name. I think it's like Ziggy or something like that. He is pretty much, in my opinion, the premier, capture card 3DS provider kind of guy. I mean, the first time I looked for a capture card for 3DS, just a long time ago, just for almost no reason, his name was the only one to pop up. Now, since then, there's a couple other people who will do it, but from what I understand, I went through some people who already have their capture card for 3DS and whatnot, and they said this is the guy to go to. So he's charging $245, I think that's the price, $245, $241, or $250 roughly, to implement, a capture card into a 3DS. And I told myself, you know what, I paid $250 for my first HD PVR, and I enjoyed it. I mean, I used it for about 3 years, so I can see myself using, a capture card for my 3DS for quite some time too. I mean, I'll even be able to play a lot of other games on my 3DS that I would love to actually just get on, on YouTube. Maybe some DS games as well, like some choice games from back in the past that I would like to upload to YouTube, just show you guys what I like to do. But long story short, I'm gonna have to get that to the guy. Now, this is the part of this little speech that I'm gonna tell you guys that I'm actually not necessarily fond of, and you don't have to take this, okay? You don't have to take this at all. I'm just saying, $250 isn't cheap, okay? Now, we all live in the real world. Real world sucks, okay? Nothing comes free. Almost nothing is correct. Nothing's right as you want it. So, without further bush beatery, I'm gonna say if you would like to, okay? By no means am I saying you have to. By no means am I saying that I'm depending on you guys to do this, because I'm gonna get it regardless, okay? I'm going to get this capture card on this 3DS absolutely regardless, with or without help. I'm planning on getting it. But I will say that if you guys want to just drop a dime or two, it'll alleviate a bit of stress. Now, you don't have to do it. This is a 1000% optional. I actually almost don't even want any of you guys to do it, even though I'm talking to you and saying that I would like for you to do it. But in whole honestly, if you did do it, I'd feel a bit indifferent. But if you want to support your boy, if you want to see some of this beautiful bean footage rolled out to you in quality format, and you want to help a brother out, I will actually only link you to my PayPal if you really want to help. So that way it's like I'm really not even trying to go for it. So if you really want to help me out, let me know. Say, hey, just drop literally you can drop a dime, an actual dime, I don't care, in my PayPal, and then I'll be satisfied with that, and I'll move over and try to make the money regardless. So if you really want to help out with anything, I mean anything at all, any amount of money, any amount of salt, let me know, and I'll link you my PayPal, and you can put whatever you want in it. But I'm not really happy about saying that, but I'm saying if you want to help me out, it'll go towards things that make my live streams better, my YouTube commentary better, pretty much anything better. So like all the money I use for my PayPal go into games. Actually, almost all of it goes into games. Goes into microphones. Went into this capture card that I'm using right now. Went to the microphone I'm using right now. It went to the game that you're seeing right now. All this stuff was actually purchased through PayPal. So was my Wii U. But all that was just the good old-fashioned YouTube money. But if you want to, help out, again, like I said, I will never use the money for my own personal gain. It's only for YouTube-related things or Twitch-related things, regardless. But anyway, now that I got that, selfish, there it is, selfish, stuff out the way, let's get back to Monster Hunter 4 Ultimate. Now, Monster Hunter 3 Ultimate, great game. I mean, it's an immaculate game. It's HD, it's on the Wii U, it's on the console, it's on the handheld, it's everywhere. Everybody likes to play it. I love to play it. But because it's just an expansion to 3, I will say that I have not put in as much time into it as I've done Try. Now, let me tell you something. In Try, I put in 4,000 hours, okay? 4,000 hours. That's 125 days. All right, that's like a third of a year. That's a lot of time. That's a lot of time. And for this game, I've only put in almost 1,000 hours. I think on this profile, I don't even have 900 hours clocked in yet. Close though, I think about like 870 or something like that, but not even 900 hours, you know what I mean? And it's not due to the fact that Monster Hunter is boring. I mean, I'll play this game any chance I get a chance to play the game. It will help a bit that when I was playing Try, I didn't have a job. And my responsibility, well, because I think I was in college. But, a lot of people say, college takes up all your time. When you're in an art school, that's the school I went to, it doesn't take up that much time. I mean, you draw, Okay, we'll pretty much go over everything you already know in class, and then you just draw it or whatever, and just be done with it. It was homework, no matter how you sliced it. For all 8 of my classes, took about 2 hours whenever I had it, and that's, let's say if I had homework for like 5 out of 8 of the classes, 2 hours. Bam, be done with it. Get to playing the game. But anyway, moving on. The time. Now, I'm not saying the game is bad by no means. 3 Ultimate is bad. It's just that since it's just an expansion, it's pretty much all that the first game had to offer, plus, you know, in addition, a few monsters and things like that. We all know how this works. So, because of this, I knew all the monsters already. I completely bodied them. You know, it was nothing to it. I made armor. I did exactly what I need to do relatively quickly. I mean, in short order, too. It was nothing to it. But, let me heal. Hold on before I die. But Monster Hunter 4, almost completely new to us, you know what I mean? We had a bunch of returning monsters that hadn't been seen since Freedom Unite, and we had a bunch of monsters that came from 3, and then again, you know, a bunch of just newer monsters. Now, 4 Ultimate will have everything that we already didn't have, and then more. You know, a couple more guys coming from Freedom Unite. I mean, Monoblos is coming. You know, like, I'm so hyped for it. It's already looking to be just too much, you know what I mean? It's already looking to be like that game plus like 15 more. So what I'm trying to say is that since 4 is a new number title, I could see myself, since it's 100% new, I could see myself throwing in 1,000 hours easy. But since we're getting 4 Ultimate, you know, the game we never had, and plus, you know, much more, God knows how many hours I'm gonna put into it. I mean, I'm only limited to the fact that the 3DS, 3DS's battery life is somewhat not that great, but hey, that means I'm still playing the game anywhere I want to be. I don't have to be sitting in at my workstation right here to play. I could be in the kitchen. I could be anywhere, since it's, you know, it's a 3DS, it's wireless, you know, internet. I'm just really hyped for it. I know you guys are hyped for it, much like I'm hyped for it. I can't really, you know, command proper thoughts together, so I'm just gonna leave it down to this. If you guys are hyped to see this game come out, let me know some in the comments. Give me some what's or something like that. Tell me what you're gonna be doing when the game comes out. Are you gonna be buying a 3DS? Do you already own a 3DS? Are you gonna be getting a capture card for the 3DS? Do you want to stream? Do you want to record? What do you want to do? Are you excited? Is there a certain monster you're excited to see? Is there a certain gameplay mechanic you're trying to see? What? Let me know something. I'm just too hyped for this.